Got in trouble today because I cursed out a teacher and she made me crash out. Dang, dude. Just tell your guidance counselor you're going through some shit. And tell your teacher I'm sorry. What kind of teacher was it, dude? What class? Math class? Dang. How could what did she say that set you off? It's just math class. I thought it was like maybe PvP or something. Come on, little pussy, you can't do 10 push-ups? Fuck you! I am going through some things? Yeah, bro. Just tell your guidance counselor that and apologize to your math teacher and move on, bro. You know, they're used to working with killed children, you know, who can't regulate their emotions, and we all have a hard time sometimes. And just don't let them get to you. Just a teacher, you know, they're just doing their job. And if they're getting smart ass with you, then you lose your cool, they always win. I know firsthand that teachers can be very, very juvenile. And they treat people like shit sometimes, so if they do, just, you know, stay professional if they aren't. She probably won't make it in life. Well, that's something you can, you say it after or before you cursed her out. I love educators that just, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta love our teachers. We gotta worship our teachers. We gotta really care for our teachers. It's teachers like say shit like that, dude, that the world needs to fucking remember what kind of people we have here working. No, that comments like that, as she just told you, is called contempt. She holds contempt for the people that she teaches. This is what people put on a pedestal. We have to pay our teachers more. Yes, they don't work the summers, but we have to pay our teachers more. No price is not enough. And they say shit like that. You're probably not gonna make it in life, dude. It's encouraging things like that that really inspire the children of tomorrow. I love hearing that shit. It's crazy, bro. She yelled at me and told me to do my work. Yeah, I mean, you know, do your work. Do your busy work I gave you. I mean, that's her job, dude. Let's be honest. Her job is to be a babysitter and possibly some education if she's interested. While both your parents go to work and make the government money. That's what she's there for. And she's there because she has very good hours. She goes to school like early as shit in the morning and gets off at 2 p.m. or whatever. She gets the entire summers off, every holiday you can imagine off, government holidays and constant spring breaks and all that bullshit. And everyone's got to kiss their ass. There's 3 sacred cows like in the US. Like you can't ever say you don't support the troops, you don't support the teachers, and I forgot the last one. You have to salute the flag or something, say the pledge. But like, teachers, man, really get on my nerves, dude. After 12 long years, including college, I guess, of some amazing juvenile educators. Support the Pope. Better than a teacher. The amount of like ass kissing people do before they say anything, they have to say like a Hail Mary. They have to say, our teachers do deserve more money. They do the hardest work. They have to pad every time someone says anything of criticism for teachers or anything. But realistically, bro, I've had so many poor ass teachers like that I'm okay. I'm okay with that, dude. I'm okay with saying nah. Yeah, teachers, you're probably not gonna make it in life. That's her just contemptuous for the children that she teaches. She means she goes to the teachers lounge and she talks shit about you and all the teachers, all the children. She goes, this fucking guy and this fucking kid and this fucking parent of this kid, and all he does is talk shit to the children. And then like everyone online and everyone in life and everywhere you go is be like, we have to give the teachers more money. How about you fucking what profession on earth takes a summer off? It's crazy. You get paid in the summer. You get off of work at 2 p.m. You don't hear people say, we have to respect brain surgeons. We have to make sure they get paid enough. You don't have to say that, but teachers are like, oh, it's like this burden on son. You're a fucking babysitter. Education optional if you're passionate. You're a babysitter. so two parents can go and make the government money in the daytime. That's why you're there. To teach kids the fucking indoctrination. That's why you're there. If you feel like it. It's a fucking an employment opportunity. I'm gonna try pulling some fine shit tomorrow. There you go. There's your fucking real priority, dog. Go to school and find a girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about, bro. When you're in school, dude, there's so many people all together in one place. Start, you know, filling your hopper, dude. Rack your numbers. And don't worry about your teachers, bro. They're frustrated losers who never made it anywhere in life, so they decided to be an educator. I know everyone's got some story about that one teacher in life, that one teacher that moved them, that changed them, that shaped them, that really inspired them. That one teacher. Why the fuck is it just one? What kind of shit is this? We gotta kiss teachers' fucking asses and there's just one? There's that one teacher. I'm glad you had one. I didn't have one. I had a drawing teacher in high school that I loved. She was so cool and so chill. She didn't have any stick up her ass. She was mad fucking nice. I saw her years later after I graduated, and no shade. But I said, oh, Miss So-and-so, I'm so glad to see you. And I want to tell her about my art that I do and everything, right? And all the things. And she's like, it's like, what year did you graduate? And I told her, she's like, sorry, babe, don't remember you. And I was like, yo, no, I was friends with so-and-so and so-and-so. Like, nope, sorry, babe. I was like astounded. I'm like, damn, she don't know who I am. You remember like that one meme with, what's the dude from Marvel? Fucking, the dude who like deleted the whole world. What's his name? The big purple dude? And he like takes his 5 ringers. He goes, I don't even know who you are. It is what it is. I'm just saying, guys, the amount of ass kissing that people do for teachers is unfounded. When they say shit like this to my boy, they say, you're probably not gonna make it in life. Thanos, thank you. It doesn't come in a vacuum. It doesn't come in a vacuum. She didn't say that like to you. She says that about the children she works with every day. She's a juvenile herself. And she goes, you're probably not gonna make it in life. She goes around holding that resentment, that contemptuous fucking thoughts that all these fucking losers in school are all stupid. Well, it's your fault. What are you doing to change the world? Getting a paycheck? Suck my shit. You know? I'm sick of the ass kissing, dude. There's such thing as bad teachers. I ain't afraid to say it. I gotta be the fucking unpopular one to stand up and say these people fucking suck ass. And you should pay them more. Nah, you know what, man? I think you're getting paid enough. I'm the first one to fucking in this planet Earth of 325 million people to say I think you've been paid enough. And how dare anybody test my experience, my 12 years of fucking wasted education. You've been paid enough. Do I have to point out that you get every fucking holiday off and you get the summer off? What profession gets that? You've been paid enough. How about that? I remember how many times in school, this is a public school dilemma, where like you invest so much time throughout the year studying and training for standardized tests. And the teacher's like, oh, yeah, you guys get some standardized tests or whatever. And the worst part is, the worse you do, the more money your school gets. What the fuck kind of shit is that? That's some government logic. In real life, dude, if your business is shit and the shit performance, you get bankruptcy. In public school, the worse you are, the more money you get. Stop putting money on it. It's garbage. It's that simple. Teachers like, I gotta buy my children fucking paper for school. First of all, you're allotted $300 by the US government for your classroom. Don't let the school pinch you. I just had a motherfucker on the Book of Faces give some long drawn out fucking Kill a Mockingbird speech about I get paid $65,000 a year and I don't think we should get a raise. I don't think we should do we do this and our children is in your hands and yada 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 yada. Listen, motherfucker, that's the national average. You don't work in the summer. You don't work in the summer. You get holidays. You get benefits. And you work for the government. So you retire after 20 years and you can roll in pensions afterward. But that's not what I'm talking about. It's not enough for you? How much is enough for you? If we have bad teachers and I pay them $90,000, does the education get better? Are you trying to tell me if you got paid more, the education would go up? What are you, gatekeeping the children? I'm keeping your kids stupid unless you pay me more? You fucking suck. And the education you're forced to teach sucks. And I'm supposed to keep paying for it? And we have to pay them more. Here's a fucking news flash. The administrators at your school get paid triple what you make. And you're fucking out there babysitting the kids all day, begging for more money from the fucking state government. to raise property taxes. The administrators who don't do dick all, they're getting paid $120,000, $158,000. What are they doing? Administrating shit. They're wasting fucking money, so you don't get a fucking penny. It's the whole system's fucked. Rise up! Down with homework! How's that for a Kill Mockingbird speech? I'm just saying. It's unpopular opinion. I'm just saying. I'm him with the children on this one. I'm rising up with the children. We're having a revolution at school. Down with homework. It took me my whole adult life to fucking suck some shit. I saw my moment. I was in the Book of Faces, and everyone was all kissing fucking ballsack in the comments. Yeah, teachers deserve better. Teachers, like the sacred calf, you know. We can't fucking say bad on teachers. Oh, the teachers, they deserve more. They really deserve more. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, actually, fuck you. You making the national average, you don't work the summers, I think you're doing quite fine. And everyone's like, oh, how could you? I'm like, you know what? 12 years I've been waiting for this moment. In fact, y'all suck. When I went to fucking college, okay, 18 years old, I had a fucking English professor. She says, you know what? Wow, you know, I gotta say, you're actually really good at writing. Has anyone ever told you that before? I'm like, what? Me? Yeah, you're really creative. I mean, your spelling and natural grammar are atrocious, but you have really creative writing skills. You never been told that before? I'm like, no. Oh my, no. I've never had someone no educated teacher has ever like encouraged me before. I'm like, I'm stupefied. And so because of that like iota of encouragement, I decided to learn to read and write English, my only fucking language. And actually, because I didn't want to sound like I was an idiot. And so I learned how to read and write at the tender age of 18 so I could fucking not be a moron. Like I fucking never been to school before for 12 years. And I said, wow, man, all it took is a fucking iota of encouragement. I never thought that'd happen. Yeah, 82 years old, 82 years young, still kicking it. Education was different back in the 1940s, but we did our best. We saluted the flag. We said 3 thank you teachers. And we learned about Christopher Columbus and how he discovered America. Even though he never set foot in America. All right. Back to work. Back to finding this invisible skull. Yo, when did this game become so difficult? I've been running around in circles. I needed an educator to help me. My favorite thing is when you like learn at home how to do like a math problem correctly and easy, and you're like boom, 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 like shorthand, maybe do like a test in like 2 seconds. And the teacher's like, no, you have to learn it this way. And they make it like the hardest way possible, but I'm like, I got the right answer, because no, but you have to do it this way. But there's so much more room for error that way, and I get it wrong every time. One time I got a tutor, and we were working with a tutor, and we were like flying through it all. And I remember he asked me, are you an A student? I'm like, of course I'm a student. Why would I have you, like, why would I mean, I'm in school. It's like, no. Are you an A student? I'm like, no. That's why I need you here, dude. Like, I'm not good at school. He's like, bro, you picked this up so fast. And I was like, really? Maybe I'm good at math. I always thought I was bad at math. I go back to school, the teacher's like, what are you doing? No, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. No, this way. They make you do the fucking fucky way. We paid a tutor. He taught me how to do it flawless. I was flying, and the teacher's like, no, you have to do it under your ass. You have to do it the wrong way to get the right answer. And then she made it all complicated. There you go, back to school. Do it my way or the highway. Do it the wrong way. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I like math. For a fucking second, I had encouragement. No, stupid. Salute the flag. Tell thank you for your service for teaching you, and then do the math the wrong way, and hate education. That's the way to do it. Shit, lady. I thought I knew it for a second. I thought I was good at something for a second, but no, I guess I have to do it your way. I do it wrong. God damn, I remember this is before, guys, I ain't gonna say something extra spicy right now. Before Columbine happened, teachers did not give a fuck about bullying. And in my school, they encouraged it. They encouraged bullying because it made their lives easier. And I'll give you an example. Okay, 7th grade. Right? The teacher goes, all right, kid, take your books out the 3rd page, 350. She's like already on it, like spitting it out real fast. I'm like, I'm trying to get my book out. I'm trying to get paper out and pencil. And I'm like,
Excuse me. Hey, man. What page you say? Excuse me. Hey, bro. What page?
The kids are like fucking, they're ignoring you. So I raise my hand, I'm like, excuse me, what page are we on? She rolls her eyes and goes, I already said what page it was. And then the whole class like, yay, stupid, she already said what page it was. She's encouraging like bullying so she doesn't have to do her job. To make her job easier. Heaven forbid you fucking waste a breath telling the kid what page it was who missed it when he was frantically pulling out his book and paper to take notes. That kind of bullshit shit, I'm supposed to suck teachers' ass and be like, you have such a thankless job. You're so good at what you do. You should be paid double, triple even. The nation's children are in your hands. Thank you. No, fuck you, actually. You encourage bullying. And until like Columbine happened, there was a conversation where the teachers had to go to like, hey, by the way, when you see rampant bullying going on, you should probably like do something. Now they make kids wear like pink shirts on bully day or whatever. I think that's kind of emasculating and weird. It's kind of bullying itself. Once again, some harebrained fucking idea. Let's make kids wear pink shirts on fucking bully day, bully awareness day. Fuck you, dude. Now you're the bully. But whatever. I digress. At least now they're paid to give a shit when kids are being tortured at school. And why? Because they don't want their asses being fucking wet up at school. So now they have to give a fuck? Go, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for giving a fuck under your own ass. Not because, you know, it's fucked up seeing kids get tortured at your public institution, which is pretty much essentially an open air prison. The kids gotta wear like ID badges, they put fences up and everything. Bring out the metal detectors. It's the prison. May I go to the bathroom? No! You already went 2 hours ago. I'm sorry. I'll pee my pants. True story. Yours truly, second grade, asked to go to the bathroom. She said no. I really had to fucking go. I pissed my pants. I remember the shame I felt. I remember how bad it sucked. I remember like not being able to move in my chair because I pissed myself. 7 fucking years old. Can't go to the bathroom? Well, fuck, I have no choice. My bladder's only so big. Didn't move all day. I was terrified. If the kids find out you pissed yourself, that's fucking over, son. Your fucking social life is over. Thank you, teacher, for keeping me safe and teaching us all the ABCs. Fuck that shit. You should get paid more than $65,000 a year. What do you want? 100? What the fuck? You went to school for a couple of years. You want 100? You want as much as a doctor? What, you want $1 million? What do you want? We had 50 kids in my fucking class. They handed out worksheets. You got a hangover. Watch a movie day today. Yay! No work today. Or my favorite, they pass out busy work. Teachers are fucking sitting there doing nothing while we're all fucking doing workbooks. Thank God they have cell phones now. Teachers be on their cell phones all day. My friend's sister's a teacher. She's on the cell phone all day posting bullshit on social media. But don't you work? We have to thank you, though. A thankless job. Thank you so much. Thank you. You already know, now that cell phones exist, motherfuckers are sitting there on their fucking phones. I guarantee it. They had computers at my school. While we're doing workbooks, they're on the computer looking at God knows what. Very busy working, I bet you. I bet you if I look now, they're online shopping or some bullshit. That's why I only went to school for free lunch. There you go. Thank God they give you that shit-ass Cisco food. But how do you fuck up a square of pizza? I've made so much pizza in my life, it cost 2 cents a slice. They must have been negative 2 cents at school. Those pizzas sucked. Their food sucked. That prison food they give you, dude, it's garbage. I mean, that flavor, that cafeteria sink flavor and everything. It's like they soak the food in the toilet before they serve it to you. It's trash. I got Vita laughing her ass off. Vita, I don't know if you went to school in Italy or what, but you know, and I don't know how the education is across the country, but I at least know in Florida, it was like bottom shelf. Somebody had the audacity to talk some shit to me on the Book of Faces after my post. And I said, do I have to remind you? You're testing my, you're doubting my life experience. Do I have to remind you that the education in Florida in the 90s had the lowest graduation rate? It was dog shit. My fucking real life experience, and you're still gonna kiss ballsack of the teachers, be like, we have to fucking support the teachers. Fuck you, man. There's like lowest graduation rate in the country. They're like, we have to support teachers. For what? For what? What are you doing? Collecting fucking a paycheck? I live in Arkansas. No idea what the education's like. I know it's different every state, every city, yada yada. I heard that New Jersey has like, they pay the teachers crazy amounts and the education's good. I cannot tell you. All I can tell you is that in my state, And I can tell you the money given for education, whatever it was wasted. Like every other government program in the world, I learned it from it firsthand. There's stacks and stacks of boxes of brand new computers. Hey, do we get to use the computers? Don't touch that. We had computers set up in the room what we were sitting in, and I love computers. I was at home like using computers. I couldn't wait. I said, oh, can we use a computer? Don't touch that. Don't touch that. We're not trained on those. And I said, why do we have very computers? We can't use them. Because if we don't spend the money this year, we won't be able to ask money for next year. We won't have more funding next year. That made no sense to me when I was a child. Now as an adult, it makes no fucking sense to me. That's government logic. What do you fucking say? You have to waste all your money or else you can't ask for more money next year? You're fucking inefficient like crazy. You're just wasting money left and fucking right, and you want to beg for more money next year? That's some crazy ass government logic. That doesn't work anywhere else. Nowhere else. No other real world fucking private company says we have to burn through all our fucking money so we can just. Where do you gotta get the money from? The consumer? If the consumer, you're just burning all the money. How are you gonna pay people a competitive wage? How are you gonna innovate? How are you gonna do anything positive if you're not making any profit? You're burning through everything. My mom's special ed teacher, Gomez, I'm sure your mom's a great teacher. I'm speaking in my own experience, and I'm sure she's doing great, helping people who need it, and she's patient, she's not beating the children. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have no patience and who are like teaching the kids like shit, and they're just fucking sitting there playing on their phones the whole time. But I'm sure your mom's a good one. And I'm sure there are good teachers out there. Like I said, everyone has that one teacher that changed their lives. But why is it one? Why one? What kind of shit is that? They should be like, oh man, I miss school. My education was great. The kids I went to school with were great. We had the best times. Instead, it's like prison. You just can't wait to get out. Like, I gotta get the fuck out. There's people who are like, I gotta graduate. I'm dropping out. I'm dropping out. You're like, damn. People always talk about dropping out. Oh, so-and-so dropped out. Why? They should love school. It's the best time of your life. People talk about college like, oh, college is great. I had great classes, great teachers, professors, great friendships. You know, never ever forget my college experience. High school, we remember our friends. We remember growing up, but like, you don't talk about how good the homework was or the life lessons you learn in school. I mean, maybe other people do, or their teachers. Maybe they had that one teacher that sat backward on a chair, you know, and he was like, let me tell you about life, kids. I'm gonna teach you about life today. Sometimes I wanted to be a substitute. I had enough college credits to be a substitute, you know what I'm saying? And like, be like, all right, kids, listen up. Your teacher left me a bunch of bullshit ass busy work. So here's the thing. If anyone raises their hand today, we'll do the busy work. But if one person doesn't raise their hand, we're watching movies. Come to the board right now, write your name on the wall. I'm gonna tell you how to write your name on the chalkboard as fucking cool ass graffiti right now. Who's first? You? Jamie? Boom. Check it out. You put a J like this, put the A to the side like this, bring the M down, but tuck the I behind it and whap the E, you know, with a little thing at the end. Boom. Who's next? Bobby? Come here, Bobby. Put your name on the wall. Boom. That's awesome. Now give us some more funk. Give us some more flavor. Today we're gonna put on fucking. We're putting on Goody Mob. You guys know that this is Southern. This is called Southern rap. Today we're fucking learning about West Coast. You know. Today we're putting on East Coast today. So who can stand on their head? Somebody do a backspin right now. Move all the chairs out the way. We're moving all the desks in the middle of the room. We're moving them all to the side of the room, and we're making a big cipher right now. Start kicking a freestyle. You, Susie, I'm gonna kick a freestyle right now. And we're all gonna laugh about it if it sucks because it doesn't matter. We're all trying out here. We're all having fun. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna order pizzas for the fucking kids. Like, yo, we're getting pizzas today. Who wants pizza? Yeah, I'm getting pizza, dude. I'm gonna be that fucking cool teacher that you should remember shit the rest of your life. Anybody having a hard time right now, talk to me after class. I'm gonna sit backwards on a chair and be like, listen, bro, you're gonna do okay. It'll be better. It'll be okay. That's what I'm that cool teacher. Rick Sanchez. I'm that fucking teacher from Dangerous Minds. I'm just be the cool teacher that cared. The only one that cared in the history of education. I'm just saying, guys. I get all riled up, but I gotta have unpopular opinions sometimes, and I know the world is fucking not ready for the truth, but someone's gotta say it. Just saying. I did private schooling, hated the uniforms, but whatever. I skipped grades too. I went to college sooner. That's awesome. The thing about college is so interesting is at college, like you're in school, like people who want to go to college, and people who want to pay to college, and the people who want to learn, and everybody's there, like, you know, individually. When you go to school, it's like by age and by alphabetical order and cemetery row seating. It's like so strange. This is a factory-like setting. It's never changed. It's never innovated in like fucking 300 years. It's been the same system. Like you're there by age. What the fuck? Not by competency. So like when I was in 3rd grade and like half the kids at school didn't know how to read, and like I've been reading since I was like a child. You know, like my parents read to me, my brother read to me, I read comic books. I was like ready, and we had to sit there in class. Somebody's like tuh-huh, tuh-huh, tuh-huh. And you're like, dude, this is taking forever. I want to just, you know, I want to advance. I remember I would flip through the book, the lesson of the day, just read through like 10 pages. And a teacher would call me because she'd think I wasn't paying attention. And I'd answer the question perfectly, and she'd get pissed because she's like, stay, you know, you can't go ahead. Stop going ahead. Stop going ahead. We have to catch up to the others. I'm like, damn it. It was so frustrating. It was boring as fuck. People are stupid as shit at school. We have to learn for the lowest denominator. It's boring. I just read ahead. And that's the worst thing too. If they give you they stop giving us the busy work ahead of class, so you had to wait till the lesson was over. Because when they gave it to us too soon, they just hand out all the things off the bat. I would start doing the work, boom, 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 doing all my homework. I don't want to do it at home, boom, 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 do it all in class. Give up on this woman's fucking recital, and start doing all my homework right away. Just get it over with. And she got pissed at us, so she started giving us the work after the lesson. And how valuable is what you're doing right now if I'm just skipping you and going right to the fucking just getting it over with? How valuable is what you're doing? My homeboy, his kid going to school, right? It was like, I think it was like middle school. After the Cove happened, after the vid happened in 2020, teachers were like, fuck that, we're not going back to work. And we're not exposing ourselves, we're not going to work like ever again. Like everyone wants to stay home forever, they want to negotiate higher pay, right? I get it. We all want something for nothing. This kid's teacher's like, hey guys, here's all the homework you need for today. Like, send me a message if you need something. I was like, I don't know what to do with the guy, man. He does all his homework. He's done with all his schoolwork at 10 a.m. He's finished. I don't know what to do, man. So I just begged him to work. And I'm like, you're telling me he does 7 hours of work in just like an hour? Yeah, bro, he's all done. The teacher's like fucking having a vacation. She's like out there on a boat fucking chilling. This kid's got he's got to do nothing all day. So here's all your work. Send me an email if you need something. I'm like, god damn, that's your education right there? You did all your work in fucking an hour that you could have done in 7 hours? That's what I'm saying. It's babysitting. It's a fucking government scam. So both parents can go out and work and make the government more money while we watch your kids and employ more people. It's a government employment opportunity. Here we go. We hire some people to babysit your children, and we'll go to school where you're essentially like the quarter of the kids are in gangs. The other kids are torturing the other children. Teachers ain't doing shit. Like there's substances everywhere. You know, like I remember being fucking in 6th grade, fucking smoking weed before class. There was a big like smokers gallery. People smoking cigarettes, and some people fucking bold enough to smoke fucking blunts before class. I look at it back on it now as a grown ass man. What's an 11-year-old doing smoking blunts before school? Damn, son, is that bad? But that kind of think about it, every single person I know who smokes weed was smoking since they were 12 and never stopped. So what am I talking about? But still, dude, smoking fucking the hard ass life. Kids smoking cigs. I'm sure if this was like the 50s, kids would be smoking cigs with the teacher. Hey man, let me get a drag. All right. I'll see you in English class. But yeah, guys, that's my 50-cent rant. I know I offended every teacher of America, and I know there's good teachers out there. They exist. Yada yada. I'm just saying. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you go to a shitty school, I'm sorry to hear that. All I can say is it gets better. It's only a few more years, and you're gone, and you'll get to do real life. But enjoy it for what it's worth, man. I remember, dude, having so much homework for so many years, going home and seeing like my parents lay on the couch watching TV, and I remember saying to myself, I wish I could be an adult and just go to work. I'm sick of doing homework all the time. Homework fucking sucked. Not only does school suck all day, you gotta bring that suck home with you at night and do homework all night. It just sucked. Like homework. And you know that teachers just check marking it off and throwing it in the trash. You hear me fucking talk shit about teachers, your mom walks in, she's like, what the fuck's that guy talking about? Like, don't even ask, Ma. He's sour as shit. He had a couple bad ones. He had a dozen years of bad ones. And it is what it is, man. I'm just glad she's one of the good ones, because I could see people getting so frustrated and holding contemptuous for the children that they teach every day. Having comments like, you're probably not gonna make it in life. That's terrible, bro. That's terrible. People say that kind of shit, and then they also demand more. You're probably not gonna make it in life. What? Maybe I should be a teacher. That's the smart ass shit that I would say. And then everyone would go, ooh. And then you sent to the principal's office. Yada 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 yada. I had a dean once in my high school. My high school experience was better. I went to a magnet school, so I had to have talent to go there. I went to an art school, thank God. And it was rated pretty good. It suffered from some of the same issues I mentioned above, but it was better. And I had one teacher, again, these people are juveniles. They work with children all day, but they're pretty juvenile themselves. And she had it in for me. And like, I would come to school like, you know, I had to drive like 45 minutes to go to school, dude. It was far and it's traffic. So she was the earliest class. So of course she's pissed because I'm like late, but I go to class. So what? I'm fucking 5-10 minutes late. But like, just has it in for you, you know? And sometimes she like lose her shit. And like one time she like threw me out of class and sent me to the dean's office. And the dean knows she's a biatch. He's like, don't worry, man. I know what you mean. Just hang out here. Just stay out of her way. And I was like, damn, that's the most human thing anyone's ever said to me. Because usually every time I'm in trouble, especially sent to the dean's office, it's like, oh, now they're gonna call my parents. I'm gonna get in big trouble. We're gonna have like detention. He's just like, nah, just hang out here, bro. You'll be all right. Just hang out here outside my office, and you'll be okay. I know she's, you know, it's whatever. He probably knew she's a problem. Or maybe he heard her talk some shit about me, and she's like, nah. He probably felt guilty. He's like, nah, it's okay. Just hang out here. Now, I'll let you guys know, dude. I think I've told this a long time ago before. But like, you know, as an adult, I can't shake the stigma of teachers, okay? I tell you, I got a bias, okay? I got a prejudice about teachers. And then, wouldn't you know it? Your boy is sleeping with the enemy. One day I ended up dating an English teacher. And she would tell me stories about how in Jersey, they get paid like 70 to 90 a year, okay? They're doing really good. This is like a decade ago. And she was saying that like she loved her students. She was always updating her lesson plan. But she said there was some teachers with tenure. They never changed their lesson plan in 10 years. They don't lift a finger to do anything. They don't care about the kids. And she says, you'll never believe this. You'll never believe this in the teacher's lounge. You'll never believe this. They talk shit about the students all the time. Like they're a bunch of kids gossiping. You'd think they'd be a bunch of adults and all they do is talk shit about the kids. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. And even though she was fine as hell and she was a good teacher and she was a good person, I always thought to myself, like, I can't believe I'm doing this, man. I can't believe I'm doing this, man. I'm sleeping with the enemy. She's a teacher, bro. What am I doing? But like I said, she was one of the good ones. And one of the good ones that I never had. And she always felt bad and she'd laugh about my stories. I'd tell her about my education and my experience. She laughed. She's like, I feel so bad. I don't know what's going on in Florida. I feel so bad for you. Like, and she said there was this one teacher and she was telling me the story and my mouth was dropping because it was me. This one guy, he had tenure. Every year he'd have like one in class. He'd paint a target on his back and he just tortured this kid. And he was telling us all, I'm gonna fail this kid no matter what. And I'm like, what? I lost my mind. I was like getting up and stomping around like, I knew it. I knew it. They went out of their fucking way to fail this kid. Paint a target on his back and just like make his life hell because they must have pissed him off somehow or got under their skin. That's fucking crazy, bro. Why are you people in a paycheck? Tenure too, like unable to be fired. So she said when this one guy had tenure, he would show up to school with like Hawaiian shirts, did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Like she said it was nearly impossible because of the union. It's nearly impossible to be fired. They just kind of move you around from school to school to school. And she knew somebody who was a straight up rug addict, okay? Who was like falling asleep in class and kids were not getting any education at all. And the union saved his ass, let him go to get treatment and send him back to school again. I'm like, dude, what kind of education you get? Your teacher's nodding off in the class? That union comes and saves the fucking day. They'll protect you and make sure you never get fired, no matter what. Like you gotta straight up just pull trout down and pee on kids to get fired. And even then, they might hook you up and give you a job somewhere else. I don't know. But that union makes the magic happen. One of my principals was Playboy Bunny. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Go back, dude. I tell you, man. I heard about stories about how there's a hot teacher, and if maybe I had a hot teacher, maybe I would have been an A student, but I never had no hot teacher. I had miserable middle-aged hags that hated education, they hated children, and they hated their lives, and they hated their decisions, but they liked the money. But they were not happy, and they had this permanent like frown on their face. like resting yacht face at all times. I wish we had some fine ass teachers. I would have been such a good student. I would have been a little angel in school. And let me tell you what, I was a class clown at school, and I wanted to make my teachers laugh, and I wanted them to like me, but instead they fucking just harbored resentment and hated me. I wanted to make the kids laugh, and like the thing is, like half the kids would laugh at your jokes, and the other half would be like, hey, that guy's funny, and the other half would like, hey, that guy's funny, let's torture him. He's an easy target. It's like I'm trying to make everybody laugh at school, man. I'm trying to bust out the best jokes. Like I remember in like 2nd grade, the best jokes was this. People would like start crying. They'd like fall over in their chairs. It was the funniest thing in the world, man. That was the funniest thing they ever heard in their lives. So it was like, yeah, and a teacher would lose their shit. They get so pissed, and people would laugh even louder. You do that again, you're sent to the principal's office. But that was like, you know, epitome of humor. And then some people would be like, yo, that kid's funny. Let's torture him. Let's shit on him. You're like, damn, son, I'm trying to make everybody laugh. Like, I'm working out here, dude. What are you doing? Why bully me? I'm working. I tell you what, man, the funniest thing you can do too at school, I'll tell you some high-level grade school type shit. Fart jokes always land a laugh, no matter what. They always get a good laugh. Work the crowd. Another thing too is tripping and falling. So you have all your homework and your papers and stuff in your hand. Yeah, I grabbed a bunch of papers from the trash can or something like that, right? A bunch of papers. You walk like whenever it's quiet, when everyone's doing busy work and shit, so you can't hear a fucking sound. Of course, the teacher wants it to be stone cold quiet. She loves the control. She gets off on it. She rubs her nipples at the amount of control that she gets of the class being stone cold quiet. Not a sound. No talking. So it's so quiet. Everyone's super quiet. And I walk, you know, like to like go do something, and like you fall and the papers fly everywhere. That shit gets a howl of laughter. That shit's fucking legendary. Yeah, you bruise your knees. Yeah, it hurts, but it's so, man, the laughter. Let me tell you what, man, you work the crowd with that trip. The trip is fucking gold. Teacher gets all pissed, of course. Kids lose their mind, pissing themselves. It's got to break up that silence. I mean, that's funny, dude. That's comedy, but teachers don't get it. They're fucking like, ah, you dare disrupt my silence. Your best buds at school, no doubt, dude. Yo, class clown that's the way, dog. And you'd think if teachers had a sense of humor, if they weren't like 70 years old and hated life, they'd be laughing and be like, this little kid's fucking funny. And if I was a teacher, I'd be like, listen, kid, I'll let you do like 10 minutes of stand-up after the lesson's over if you just like try to hold it in during class. Or like in the middle of class, if they're busting out jokes, that shit's funny. Just fucking laugh, dude. Some little kid busting out jokes is funny. I remember being like 14 in high school, right? My buddy, it was like Women's Month, and we had to do like a bunch of these ridiculous reports on like women of the century or whatever. You pick some lady who's famous lady, and you have to do some project and like some speech, right? And my friend's up in class, homeboy Aaron, and he's saying like some bullshit about some lady. I don't know who it was. Some bullshit. We don't even know. I don't remember. And she goes, so and so and so and so was voted. How do you put it? The best mother of that year. And I raised my hand, and he's like, oh, because you know they raise your hand during a presentation. He goes, yes. And he goes, she was rated the best mother. He's like, yes. I'm like, you know, it's the baddest mother. Talk about Shaft. And Shaft was like, the movie just came out, so it was like, you know, everyone knew who Shaft was. And it was like, you a bad mother, shut your mouth. And everyone was laughing their ass off. And I was like, you know, the baddest mother is Shaft. And everyone started laughing, and the teacher's like getting pissed. I said, shut your mouth. Let's talk about Shaft. And everyone started laughing again. It was just the right moment. He said it was the best mother. I said, I know who the baddest mother is. Shaft. Talk about Shaft. Shut your mouth. Teacher getting all pissed. You know, if I was a teacher, I'd laugh my ass off. Be like, damn, that's the funniest shit I ever heard, kid. Thank God for you. Thank God making my fucking class funny. I love having you here. I love that when I'm teaching something, you make a joke, everyone remembers the joke, and everyone remembers the lesson. You make everybody happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. I love you. You're gonna do great in life. You know who said that? Nobody. Not a damn soul. Can you imagine? You know what TV commercials I used to love? Funny commercials, because you remember them and they were entertaining. How about this? The funny kid in class is helping you, lady. He's doing your job. He's making it easier. Tell me what to teach? God knows. Vino, God knows. Health class. Because health class is a bunch of bullshit anyway. All right, kids, here's what the government told me to teach. Today, you're supposed to eat 100 pounds of wheat, 100 pounds of bologna, 100 pounds of cheese, and 100 pounds of vitamin Gatorade, brought to you by Nabisco. Anyways, now let's watch Star Wars. Yay! Today, I'm going to tell you the difference between Star Wars versus Star Trek. Yay! Today, guys, we're learning about hip hop. This is Grandmaster Flash. He was like a demon on the ones and twos right here, the wheels of steel. Check this out. Check out the scratching he does. Yay! Sir Maxwell, you're the coolest teacher ever. I know, kids. I'm so happy that you have a passion about education and going to school. Yay! Now remember, at lunch today, order your French fries because according to the government, it's a vegetable. Yay! Yeah, when an adult says something cool at school, you remember it, you know? And especially when adults, like, give you an iota of responsibility, too. It makes you feel like such an adult. Like, all kids want to do is be adults. And when you make them, like, give them a little responsibility and make them, like, a little bit on their own, make them, treat them like an individual, they'll take all the responsibility. They'll try to act so adult. They'll try their hardest. But when you, like, strip them of any, like, autonomy, you strip them of, like, their individuality, you constantly grasp the social controls and force them to be quiet all day and do their stupid boring ass work all day. They just had lunch where they had like a 2-liter of Coca-Cola and now you want them to sit still, shut up, and work. It's so hard to do, dude. Teachers were lame. I don't remember anything one said. Yeah, I hear that, dog. I hear that. I think I learned more. I learned more like on my own after I graduated. I went to college, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm paying for education now, but also I'm not gonna stop learning ever. Like I'll delve into like subjects and learn on my own and read books. I've read more books than I ever have in my entire life than I did being forced at school. At school, they want to like, hey, everybody read this and like make a book report on it. They made it like the most obligated, boring, dry thing to do. And then like when I graduated, I read more books than ever in history. Like I devoured a book like every week. I have like tons of books that I've read. Whereas like I didn't do shit in school. I had to read the Cliff Notes. Everybody would go to school. The Cliff Notes are booming at the bookstore because nobody got time for that, dude. We're reading pages and pages of homework every night. How do we have time to read all these fucking boring ass books and then do book reports? Was like a mess. Thank God the teachers never read the book reports either, because Lord knows all we did is just plagiarize the shit out of the Cliff Notes. Boring as hell. Learning is like rehab. You have to want to do it. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Don Juan. If you had an educator that was good at what they do and made learning interesting and fun and inspired you to learn, then it gets easier because people want to be there. When all you want to do is subjugate people and make like drone soldiers for the government and teach them bullshit, then they get bored. And the worst thing is if they even were a good teacher, they have to teach like government fucking bullshit, so it gets boring and lame. Now they just put homework through an AI program and check it. Oh God. The irony, dude, is Gomez. I bet you the fucking kids are using AI to do the homework, and the teachers are using AI to check the homework, and no one ain't learning shit. And everybody knows it. Teachers are like, good. You know what? I know these kids are cheating, but I don't give a fuck. Give me my paycheck. That's all I care about. Until, of course, the school board says, yeah, you guys, you have to give an iota of a fuck. If the kids are just blatantly fucking plagiarizing, you have to care because we're gonna get less funding or something. Maybe get more funding. Maybe they need straight F's at school. 100%, we are boned.